I'm keeping my heart open and hoping you won't stab me in it. Because I've been in love before, and when I had to pay, I didn't. I would lose my sanity trying to measure your intentions. What do you want from me? How much will it be? Now, every time I hear those words by Luther Vandross and Janet Jackson, it makes me think about a relationship where you're giving and giving and giving and giving, and it never seems to work out right. And while I was away, hey, I'm back. While I was away, I got a lot of messages, and I've turned all of them into videos that I'm going to be doing over the next 2 weeks or so. And one of them was from a woman who is in a relationship with an Aquarius woman. The woman who wrote me the letter is a Virgo. And she said that she feels like her Aquarius is gaslighting her. Now, gaslighting is a real big buzzword. You hear it all the time on the internet now. You probably didn't hear it that much 15 years ago, but it's a pretty old term. But a lot of people who are saying to me they feel like they're being gaslighted aren't being gaslighted. They're being manipulated or lied to in some kind of way. But being gaslighted is a very specific thing. So she asked me, was she being gaslighted? So I said, listen, I'm going to do a video about what gaslighting is. And then we can talk about whether or not that's what's happening to you. Okay? So let me do the introduction, and then we're going to talk all about gaslighting today. Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Offset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and remember to leave us a positive comment in the comment section, and pass it on to your friends and family and people who need to hear today's particular message. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video, because I'm going to read some positive comments from previous videos and respond to them, okay? All right, guys. So if you would like to get a reading done, please email me. Underneath this video, you're going to find my email, my social media, my PayPal, in case you want to leave a love donation, my Amazon wish list, in case you want to give me a gift, because gifts are my love language. You'll also find, Ask an Aquarius merchandise, and my ArchAngel Michael collection as well. I'm very proud of them. They came out very well. The artist that I use is amazing. And what else? Everything you need to know is underneath this video. So let's get started with the gaslighting. So you guys know, whenever I want to talk about, something along these lines, I always do some research. I don't like talking about stuff and I don't know what I'm talking about. So one of my favorites is the Millennial Therapist. You guys know I've used her work before. Her name is Sarah Kuborik. And she's one of my favorites. I love the stuff that she says. Even when I don't agree with her, I agree with her. Eventually, I come around to it because she's usually right. So I looked through her Instagram, and she had 12 gaslighting behaviors. So you're Aquarius, Miss Virgo, I hope that you're listening, or any of you out there who are having a problem where you think you're being gaslighted, look for these 12 things. Number one. Number one, the individual is lying. Now, a person can be lying but not gaslighting. But in order to do gaslighting, just by definition, you're definitely lying. Because this is what they're trying to do. The person is trying to get you to doubt yourself. They're trying to play with your mind in such a way that you don't even know if you believe you anymore. Okay? So they're always lying about whatever they're talking about. And the idea is to make you believe the lie and doubt yourself. Okay? So this is the kind of lie where your woman tells you that she came home last night at 10:30. But you know for a fact she didn't come home till like 2 a.m. And when you say it to her, she keeps on telling you, you're crazy. What are you talking about? I was home by 10. Now, by definition, her ass is lying because she knows she didn't get home till 2. But she's trying to make you doubt yourself. That's how sneaky and conniving a person who's into gaslighting is. This is something that a person who's emotionally abusive will use a lot. Number 2, the individual denies their actions or words even when there is proof. So there's an old joke Eddie Murphy told. He said basically his woman caught him at another woman's house and he just kept saying over and over again, it wasn't me. But I saw you, wasn't me. And he just kept saying, wasn't me. This is a classic example of this. How many times have you had evidence, concrete evidence, and the person still keeps denying what they said or what they did? This person is gaslighting you. They know what they did, but they're trying to get you to doubt that you know what they did or what they said. Number 3, the individual projects. The individual projects their struggles and issues on you. So whatever struggles or issues they have, they will say you have those struggles and issues. If they're emotionally abusive, they're going to say you're emotionally abusive. If they are struggling with some type of an alcohol or drug problem, they might try to say you're the person who has the addiction. You're the person with the problem. Okay? So this is another example of that, trying to make you think that you're crazy, trying to make you doubt yourself. The individual uses people closest to you against you. Now, this is definitely to have you thinking that something's wrong with you, but it's also to alienate you so they can further abuse you. Because if they can turn the people around you against you and rally them to their side, then you're going to feel isolated and you're not going to have anybody to turn to or to talk to about their behavior. So they'll try to get your family or your friends to be on their side. The individual calls you crazy or unstable. So no matter what happens, you're crazy, you're unstable, you're this, you're bipolar, you're always all of these things, And in this particular case, it's just to make you believe it. They want you to think you're crazy. They want you to think you're unstable. So remember, there is 12 of these. So if your person is doing all of these or some of these or even one of these all of the time, then this person is gaslighting you. And it's, as you can see, it's very maniacal and it's purposely emotionally and mentally abusive. The individual self-victimizes when criticized. So if you do manage to hit a nerve, if you do manage to point out something that they're doing that's extremely problematic, they will then turn themselves into the victim. Well, this isn't my fault. I only did this because of what you did. Emotional manipulation is really a head job. That's why they call it playing with your mind, because they literally are. So when you do see, like, you're like, yo, why did you do that? And then they start to go into how, they're the victim. And sometimes they'll even say that. They won't admit that they're wrong. They won't apologize. They won't change their behavior. But they'll go right into how you're victimizing them, or society is victimizing them. Somebody else is victimizing them. It's never their fault. The individual constantly corrects what you say. So no matter what you say, this person continuously corrects it, has an omission, or oh no, it wasn't quite like that, or we weren't quite in that space. They always try to switch up what it is that you say. So no matter what you say, if you say the sky is blue, they're like, yeah, it's blue, but there's some white in it occasionally, and some pink and some yellows, which is a true statement. But in general, we say the sky is blue. They're not going to let you have just to say something and agree with you. They have to be right, and they have to keep making you wrong. Again, making you doubt yourself. So you see how maniacal this behavior really is. The individual labels you as too sensitive, too reactive, or too dramatic. Okay, so you're sensitive, you're reactive, you're dramatic, you're crazy, you're unstable. See, all these things are making you doubt you. You see? And this is why this is so messed up. So you're sitting there thinking like, well, maybe am I being sensitive? Am I being dramatic? Am I being a drama queen? Am I being a drama king? They got you questioning yourself, and you're the one that's in the right. The individual only acknowledges their needs as being valid. So your needs are never valid. It's always a bad reason. If you want to go somewhere, if you want to do something, you're always wrong. But their needs, no matter how crazy, no matter how inappropriate, no matter how wild, is valid always. If they want to do something, it's aces. But whatever you want to do is problematic. Again, making you even question, do you make good choices? And you see, all of this is going on inside of yourself. As you can see, they're externally feeding you the poison, but the what's going on is going on inside of you. And this way, you'll continue to allow them to abuse you, because you're going to start to think it's you, that you are the problem. The individual tries to convince you that everyone else is lying to you. So everybody else is lying, but this individual is telling you the truth. Because again, you're supposed to be questioning everything. So now you're questioning yourself, and you're trusting the confidants and the people around you and wondering, are they lying to you? When the person who's really lying to you is the person that's putting the question in your head. Again, an attempt to isolate you. And if you're not listening to the reason of the people that do care about you, it's much easier for them to think that you are making bad choices, you're not remembering things correctly, you're off, you're unstable. It's very easy for them to make you believe that. The individual's words are inconsistent with their actions. So whatever they tell you, they say one thing and then they do another thing. Okay? So if your Aquarius is telling you that they're going to do whatever and then doing something totally different, and then when 9 times out of 10, when you approach them about it, then it's going to be, that's not what happened. What are you talking about? Again, making you question your memory and your recollection. And this might seem kind of obvious to you, but if a person is doing this to you, after a while it wears you down, especially if they're doing multiples or they're doing one intensely. After a while it wears you down, because at first you're going to reject it. At first you're going to be like, and then slowly but surely, over the weeks, the days, the months, the years, a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people slowly but surely will start to believe this emotional abuser. And the last one here says the individual uses intervals of positive, and this one is very important. Sometimes they have intervals of positive, loving behavior in an effort to prevent you from leaving. So whenever you start to be like, you know what, this is some bullshit. This is not right. And I've had this happen to me so many times. Every time I would get to a point where I was like, wait a minute, this is nah, none of this is right. Then the person gets positive. Then the person gets loving. Then the person becomes sweeter, according to this, until the direct threat of you not messing with them is over. Then they go right back to the same behavior, and it's a repetitive cycle. So the gaslighting happens, you figure it out, you get tired of it, they change their behavior, you give them another chance, the gaslighting starts again. And this goes around like a merry-go-round over and over again until you say, you know what? You're gaslighting me. I'm not going to keep giving you more chances. Deuces. That's basically what has to happen. So to the Virgo that I was talking to, if your Aquarius woman is doing one or all of these things or some of these things, any of these things are sinister, straight up. Any of these are grounds to kick somebody to the curb. Because even if they're not trying to gaslight you, if they're doing any of these behaviors, they're emotionally and mentally abusing you. So if your Aquarius is doing this to you, your Aquarius ain't shit, number one. And number two, your Aquarius is gaslighting you. You need to get away from that person. If this is what's happening, you need to get away from that person. You need to get away from them and never come back. And that's one thing I learned in relationships, because when you get to be with somebody, a lot of times we give people too many chances. And if something like this is going on, you got to stop giving them chances. I don't care if they tell you they're going to therapy, they going to talk to their mama, they talk to their pastor, because I've heard it all. I have heard it all. They talk to their pastor, they talk to their mama, they cried, they did this, they did that. I don't care what they tell you. If they're doing these kind of things, this is a person you need to disassociate with. And it doesn't matter if it's a lover, a family member, whoever. If they're gaslighting you, they're slowly driving you crazy on purpose, or making you believe, at the very least, that you are. And this kind of emotional abuse can lead to PTSD. And Aquarius are not the only sign who will play these mind games with you. But Aquarius are known for mind games. Scorpios are known for mind games. Cancers, and we're talking about people of low vibration, not everybody, are known for mind games. So you really want to get away from this kind of person, because this can lead to PTSD. It can lead to all kinds of negative thoughts about yourself and your life. It can really put you in a bad emotional and mental space. So get away from this person. Now, let's look at some positive comments from our comment section. Purely Pressured. Hey, Purely Pressured. Purely Pressured said, I'll fly away. May come back and forth, but my sun is Aquarius, moon is Taurus, and the rest of my chart is Capricorn. So I can be a beast like a Capricorn, okay? But my sun always finds its way out. So many Capricorns and I is like ego versus ego. We repel each other. No matter how hard I try, we repel. Yeah, I have issues with Capricorns too. Not that I don't like them, because my favorite person in the world was a Capricorn. My grandmother, she passed away. But I have had a lot of issues with Capricorns. I was married to a Capricorn. I would not do that again. My mother is a Capricorn. My sister is a Capricorn. I have aunts, uncles, and cousins who were Capricorns. I know more Capricorns than probably any other zodiac sign. So I feel you on that. It's difficult. I think that Capricorn and Aquarius have a lot of things that are similar. But the things that are different is what really gives us a hard time. So I definitely feel you on that. Yusef Lopez. What's up, Yusef? Yusef said, hey, Queen, I have a question. How valuable would you say an apology is? Now, an apology for me, and this is just me, you guys can tell me what you think in the comment section. An apology for me is the beginning of working through an issue. If you've done something to me and you do not apologize, I am not ever, even if I talk to you again, because I might, usually I don't, but I might, it might be something. Even if I talk to you again, if you did not apologize, I have not gone through the emotional process of letting go of whatever it was that you did. So the apology is number one. But the apology is only valuable if it's followed by number two, changed behavior. If you apologize to me because of your attitude, then your attitude needs to gradually change. It needs to gradually improve. If you apologize to me because you harmed me in some way, I need to know that you're working towards not harming me in that way again. Changed behavior. And a lot of people forgive a person, especially a significant other or a family member, over and over again. The forgiveness part is not bad, but if you forgave them and they're not changing their behavior, you are wasting your time. Okay? They have to first say they're sorry and then show that they are sorry, that they apologize through their behavior, changed behavior. If the behavior didn't change, the apology is worth nothing. It is definitely a needed step, but it's not worth anything if you just keep on saying I'm sorry and doing it over and over again. Okay? All right, guys. You come back soon because I got so much more to say. See you later.